he spends quite some time in front of the computer, so he has probably weak glutes. Hello everyone, my name is Patricia from the Swiss Pilates Institute. Today we are going to show you a class, a 30-minute class with my Markus. So Markus has a need in working the back muscles because, can we show that? He has a slight Kyphosis posture, you know, he has a rounded upper back, but also rounded shoulders. He spends quite some time in front of the computer, so he has probably weak glutes and also tight hip flexors. So we want to target also those muscles. We are going to stretch the hip flexors and we are going to strengthen the glutes. So strengthening the glutes, stretching the hip flexors, strengthening the upper back muscles, including the posterior deltoid, because he has round shoulders. We also are going to stretch a bit the chest muscles, because in this type of posture, as you have rounded shoulders, it is actually shortening the pectoralis muscles, the chest muscles. So we want to open that. He has a little bit of belly, so we are going to maybe work a little bit the abdominals. And he's running in a regular, you are running, right? Maybe 3 times per week. Yeah. So he's not totally sedentary, you see. So we are going to focus more on specific muscles. And in 30 minutes, it's going to be a challenge, just only in 30 minutes, to work the muscles that he really needs to focus on. Alright, so let's get started. Markus, you are going to lie down on the carriage and then you are going to place your feet, so the ball of the feet, on the foot bar, just like this. Your feet will be parallel, and I think I will ask you actually to open the carriage, because I can see your knees, you are flexing your knees a little bit too much, so I need to change the stopper. Would you mind to open a bit? Okay, stay here, and I will make it longer. Can you close now? Very good. Now, he knows already what is a neutral pelvis and imprinted pelvis and breathing Pilates. He knows that already. So I just want to remind you to draw your pelvis into a neutral alignment, please. And just to try to really point your feet, so heels up. Imagine you are wearing high heels shoes. Okay, so feet parallel, knees and feet and hips are width apart. You are going to inhale to press the carriage out, please. Press out, inhale, inhale, inhale. Now you are going to bend one knee like you are walking. So you're going to walk 1 and 2. Good, and you keep this flow, but I want to see your feet, your heels higher up. So really think about lifting your heels higher and higher, and also try to press a little bit more on your big toes and trying to keep also your knees centered. Okay, so we don't want the knees to move toward the side here. At the same time, I'm checking that his hips are very still. We don't want to see any jerky movement on the pelvis here. So the pelvis is stable, the torso is totally stable. He's only moving his ankle joint and knees joint. Good, so it's good because it's activating the lymphatic system and making him ready to his Pilates practice. 2 more, please. On your last one, you are going to point your both feet, so point up. Inhale here, and as you exhale, you bend your knees without moving your ankles. Very good. How was that?
Nice.
Now, feet together, still on your toes, and knees together if you can. You are now going to inhale to open, press the carriage out again. So inhale, press out, please, and stay. As you exhale, you're going to draw your heels toward me. Good. And then point. And then you exhale to flex your feet, and then you inhale to point, and you continue that flow without moving your pelvis again. So very simple exercise here, just to make him focus on breathing. So awakening his concentration level Just breathing and stabilizing your pelvis, and I would like you to really point a bit higher up if you can. Good, and try to press more with your big toes again. And 2 more again. And last one now. Good, now you point and you stay. Point. Now you stabilize your ankle joint and you exhale to close the carriage. So you bend your knees without moving your ankle joint. Very good. So that's it. I'm not going to do footwork. He's a runner. I don't want to lose too much time on the legs. I'm going to reduce the spring now and see now with shoulder bridge. I would like to start to work his glutes and open up the hip joint. So for the shoulder bridge, no pillow below your head, and you are going to start into a neutral alignment, and I would like you to place your heels on the foot bar, so heels, and flex your feet. So flexing the feet, just like this. Your pelvis is neutral, you breathe in to prepare, and as you exhale, you are going to shorten this distance, so you imprint, and then you lift up your tailbone, and one vertebra at a time, exhaling, chin toward the chest a little bit here. You inhale to stay at the top, opening, so focus on opening the hip joint here and squeezing the glutes. And as you exhale, you roll down again, bone by bone. Focusing on your breath, focusing on spinal articulation. One more time like this, Markus, inhale. Exhale, imprint, and articulate sequentially your spine, vertebra by vertebra. So really focusing, very important to really open up the front of the hips and feel the glutes in connection here. Inhale, stay at the top. As you exhale, roll down your spine and keep in contact with my hand here, rolling down bone by bone. He's doing very good. Return to a neutral alignment, inhale. Exhale, repeat again, so imprint first, activating your glutes now, and your abdominal, so really scooping the belly, pulling the navel toward the spine. Inhale, stay at the top, please. As you exhale, press the carriage out, keeping this long diagonal shape. And then inhale, close the carriage. And breathing out, opening. And breathing in to close. So I'm checking that it keep going please, that is keeping this diagonal shape. Good, so lengthen up a bit more here, lift up here, and draw this bone down now here. And close carriage now, and lift up higher here, and down here. 2 more please, inhale. Can you lift up higher your pelvis please? Good, and stay here please. Yes, very good, so really scooping the belly all the time. I'm checking at the neck alignment. Sometimes people are just turning their head a little bit. Okay, one more time, is you doing better? Good. Now inhale, close the carriage, keeping the pelvis higher, up, up, up. And then exhale, roll your spine down, bone by bone. Rolling down bone by bone. Very good. All right. Now I'm going to ask him to do the same, but on the toes. So the feeling is going to be more, very different. He's going to feel it even more on the hip extensors, hamstrings particularly, but also gluteus. So inhale to prepare, pelvis is neutral, exhale. Activate your abs first, and then your glutes to create this posterior pelvic tilt, opening the hip joint. So be careful here not to go too high. Can you show high? High, too high? This is wrong. We keep the upper back here on the shoulder blades very close to the mat. We focus on lengthening more here. Inhale. Now exhale, press the carriage out when you're ready. And then breathe in to come back. And breathing out. And return. And this is 3. So he tends to open the knees. I want you to be parallel, please. This is a big challenge for him to stay parallel and pressing out. Good. We go for 2 more, please. Press out. Keep opening that joint, please. Last one for me. So inhale, close carry edge, up, 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 up. Good. Now bring your arms over the head. Inhale. So holding the frame of the reformer and give yourself a good stretch as you roll down. So roll down, bone by bone. Good. Knees to your chest. Hug your knees. Massage your back side to side. Great. Now let's get ready for the abdominal work. So I'm going to now readjust his cervical placement. As he's kyphosic, he needs an additional pillow. Because as you can see, when you have a kyphosic posture, your head is a little bit too much forward. So we want to address a comfortable position for that. So I'm going to change now the springs. From 2 red springs, I will go to 1 strong and 1 medium. Alright, so legs to tabletop, inhale. Now as you exhale, I want you to pull the ropes and imprint. Inhale, return the carry edge home. And then exhale, pull. We continue the flow. And pull. So we want him to imprint, especially when he is pulling the ropes here. When you return to the starting position, you can return eventually to neutral alignment, or you can stay imprint the whole time. The feet are in the air, the legs are not in contact with any surface, so it's very safe, much safer, safer to work into this imprinted position. How are you? Good. So here we are focusing on working the latissimus dorsi, so the lats, good, and also the abdominals, good. One more time for me. Now inhale, arms returns up to the sky, nod your chin, exhale, pull and curl up, up, up. So using your abdominals fully here. Return, inhale, head down, and nod, and exhale, curl up, 2. So we keep the imprint. Now he's feeling much more all layers of abdominals here. Transversus abdominis, obliques, and rectus abdominis working here, but also still in the lats, of course. We continue for 2 more. Head down, good, nod your chin and curl up and stay here. Now only the arms moving 5 times, and we go. 1, good, and 2, I'm checking that is still imprinting, very good, 3, slowly, and 4, 1 more, and 5, we stay up here, bring your hands on your knees, and rest your head, release, very good. Now, we are going to do the same exercise, but focusing more on triceps, all right? So, flex your elbows, please, and palm of the hands pointing up toward the sky, knees into tabletop again. So we are bothering a little bit his hip flexors here. And we exhale, we're going to pull the ropes again here 5 times. 1. And we go 2. And slowly, 3. Don't close the carry edge too quick. Resist against the spring. 1 more. Right. Bend. Now, pull and hand up for 1. Resting your head, come back to starting position. And 2. Good. So I'm checking that it's still imprint, and it does. It's very good. Right. Take the time to bring your head down, good, and we stay here. Now we mobilize only the elbows, so bend and stretch, 1. So we keep long wrist. So I don't want to see any wrinkle on the wrist joint. And also notice that the elbows are not in contact with the carry edge, and that's what we want. We don't want the elbows to touch the carry edge, that would be too easy. 1 more time for me, please. And reach and stay. Now curl up, higher up, and then release. Good. All right, now we are going to do something different. So we are going to mobilize a little bit the hip joints because you spend many hours in a sitting position. So open carriage, please, again. Okay, so from here now we are going to open the carriage, please, and place your feet in straps. So open, press the carriage out, please. Press the carriage out. Good. And then place your feet into the strap. That's it. And the second foot now. All right. Okay, good. So just mobility, just mobilizing now your hips. So I would like you to perform some leg circles. So legs to diagonal. Inhale, legs up now to the sky. Keeping a neutral pelvis now. So don't bring your legs too high, because as you can see, if you bring them now too high, your pelvis will lift up. So we cannot cheat, all right? So we stay neutral, pelvis is neutral. Now, as we inhale, we are going to bring the legs up toward the sky and open them wide as you can go, pointing your feet. Exhale, draw the legs to diagonal, and inhale, return with the legs up to the sky and open. And then exhale, circle again. So it's inhale, up and open, and it's exhale, bringing the legs to diagonal. We continue with this flow for 4. And I want to check, I want to see that he is really maintaining a neutral alignment on his pelvis. So no mobility on the pelvis. The mobility is only on the hip joint. Last one. Now we reverse. So inhale, open wide and up to the sky. Inhale, inhale. And then exhale, legs down toward the springs. And again, inhale, open as wide as you can go. And exhale, press. So we inhale actually when the springs are closing, are shortening. And we exhale when we open up the springs. Easier. This is easier to remember when I say that, huh? Now try to mobilize even more, try to really create more range from the hip joint if you can. He's doing great, the breathing is good. And now try to bring your legs lower to target even more your abdominals. Do you feel that? Feel more, right? The lower the legs, the harder on the abdominals. Okay, now transition to lower and lift. So inhale, legs together and up, up, up. Same here, we want to mobilize from the hip joint, and then exhale, legs down. So as low as pelvic stability can be maintained here. And then come back, inhale. So we really create the isolation from the hip joint. I repeat, that's very important. Otherwise, you are losing your pelvic stability. So do you feel your abdominals when you lower your legs? You feel that, right?
A little bit.
Okay. He says a little bit. So now I want to challenge him a bit more because he doesn't feel so much. So what we're going to do here is we're going to reduce the springs. So can you bend your knees, please? Trying to close the carriage a little bit. I will remove one foot at a time here. 1 and 2. We close the carriage, and now I'm going to remove one spring. All right. Press the carriage out, please. Place one foot at a time. And let's see now what happens. So legs together and up. Inhale. Pelvis is stable and neutral. Now as you exhale, draw your legs toward me. And then come back, inhale. So really careful to stabilize the pelvis, it's very important. Keeping your legs also to the midline. Do you feel more? Yes, of course. Imagine if you would not have straps, no springs at all. That would be very challenging, right?
Yeah.
And again. So I can see that, keep going please, keep going. I can see he tends to shift a little bit his legs when he is drawing them toward me. So what I'm going to do as an instructor here in order to rebalance, to correct him, is I'm going to ask him to stay here and to shift the pelvis to his left side, just slightly a little bit. That's it. Good. And giving the awareness that it tends to go there, okay, to actually rotate into a clockwise motion. So keep your legs together now. Inhale, legs together and up, up, up. And now imagine you have something between your ankles. And then exhale, legs down. So really trying to keep them toward me. And again. With control. Good. We go for 2 more. And I can also assist by putting my wrist between his ankles, or place a sponge or something like a yoga block or anything you have. Okay, last one again. You are supposed to do 2 more, but it's 4 more. And then release. Bend your knees, hug your knees, please, hug. And I'm going to remove the strap here, the straps. Closing the carriage, that's it. Now from here, I would like you to step out of the carriage, please, and I will ask you to carefully kneel on the carriage facing the pulleys. So as a teacher, I'm going to secure the carriage. I place my foot here, because sometimes, you know, people who have low or poor body awareness, they tend to go too fast and they could actually fall. So I would like you to fold the straps just like this and hold it this way. This is going to create, to shorten the strap, so it's great. That's it. And I want you to open the front of the hips. So in order to do that, we want you to connect your glutes. So it's your glutes, the muscles of the backside, who are going to help to open your hip joint, right? So we inhale to prepare here, and as you exhale, without any change on your torso, you're going to move the arms toward the back. So it's a shoulder extension, and again. So I really want you here to keep this alignment, neutral pelvis, and opening the front of the hip joint, connecting your glutes. And I want to create an emphasis here on really opening the chest. So to remind you, at the beginning of the class, I was saying that I want to challenge his glutes. And in this exercise, it's also challenged. And also, I was saying that I want to challenge his posterior deltoids, triceps, and upper back muscles. But here we are going to work, you see, in this exercise, we are working the erector spinae muscles, so the back muscles, and the back of the arm. So it's great for him, right? Do you feel that? Okay. And that's it. Good. Now from here, I would like you to just take the straps now this way, and you are going to do airplane. So we open arms wide to the side. Inhale, open wide. So the palm of your hands, please, facing me, please. The palm facing me. Close the carriage, please. Close the carriage. Inhale, inhale. Arms wide, wide. And then exhale, press. So pulling. Good. And you can also take the straps like this. All right? All right. So same emphasis here on your alignment. Exhale, pull, pull, pull. And inhale, close. So with control. So for this exercise, I am actually advising to draw your legs into what we call diamond shape, because this is going to create more connection on the lateral rotator of the hips, creating more stability on his pelvis. We continue for 4 more. Good. So no tension on the upper trapezius, please. Very good. Do you feel the essence of this exercise on your upper back muscles and posterior deltoids and rhomboids? Last one. Nice. And then close the carriage. Good. Now we are going to place the elbows, and I'm going to add a little spring. So we have one strong and one medium. And now we are going to just place on the forearms, just above the crease of the elbows. And we're going to do an exercise called open elbows. So elbows up, higher up, at the same level as your shoulder joint. Closing into parallel stance here. Imagine you read a book here. So you inhale. As you exhale, you're going to open just your arms toward the side. And then close again, like if you read a book. So neck is long, and I'm checking that there is no wrinkle on the back of the neck or no flexion on the neck. So it's must be perfectly aligned. So energy on the top of your head. Can you imagine like you touch my hand? Can you touch my hand with your hand? You grow tall, very good. Don't elevate your shoulders, please. And we go for 2 more. It keeps breathing, very good, last one. And then release. Great. Now I would like you to turn around, but first you're gonna step out maybe. I'm securing the carriage. Same position now, same position, on your knees, again. And you are going to take, so I'm reducing the springs now to 1 red again. And I'm giving you the straps in hands here behind you. That's it. Now I would like you to stretch your shoulders. It's going to create a great stretch, but we are still working on the gluteus here and on the back of the arms and the triceps, and also working to stretch your chest. So I would like you to open your arms wide, wide, wide here. Good. Now bend your elbows and place your hands on your forehead. Good. Now stay really upright. In a slight diagonal shape is okay, but upright is better. And as you exhale, you are going to draw your arms toward the sky. So exhale, arms up, and inhale, come back slowly. Good. So only the elbows should move here. Now I'm checking that the ropes are not touching his shoulders. So arms higher up, please. Good. And then come back. That's better. Now the ropes are not touching the shoulders. That's what we want. And arms even higher up and open wider, wider. Good. And come back slowly. That's better. Wider, wider. Good. We continue for 4 more. And this is how we spot the client when we teach this exercise the first time, because he's kneeling and it's a bit unstable. So make sure you connect your glutes and your abdominals. On the last one now you stay and you draw your arms toward the back. You let the spring give you a good shoulder stretch at the maximum range you can. Now I want you to open your arms wide, 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 creating a nice stretch on your chest. Do you feel that? As wide as you can, closing the carriage as much as you can. Feels good, right? And then release. Good. Okay. Now, very carefully, your hands, please, on the foot bar. Your wrist on the foot bar. And I want your feet on the headrest. So move to the back a little bit and place your wrist on the foot bar. And I want you to just give yourself a good stretch on your shoulders again, so kneeling like a child pose, opening your knees wider, please, wider, but keep your pelvis higher up, please, up, 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 and I want your chest to go down toward the springs. This is a shoulder stretch. Here, that's it. Now I'm securing with my foot on the rail to give him a little stretch. Do you feel that? Mm-hmm. How does it feel?
Good.
Very good? Mm-hmm. Good, so I'm stretching his shoulder joint. Now, from here you are going to articulate your spine into a cat position. So you round your back, round, 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 round. And he knows very well how it is to round his back since he is kyphosic. So round your back, and now I want you to arch your back from the tailbone. So you do the cow. So arching the back now. Arch, arch, arch. Good, and look in front of you. Good, now pelvis higher up again. Arms straight, please. Good. And arching more. Good. Now you reverse. Again, rounding from tailbone to head. And now from tailbone to head again, arching. Very nice. One more time now, rounding. And then arching. And we stay here. Now, get ready for down stretch. For down stretch, I would like you to round your back again. So you're going to round again, right here. Good. Now, you will inhale to press the carriage out, articulating the spine from lower back to upper back again. Ready? So you open and you're articulating to back extension. And you stay in this position and you come back to round your back again. Rounding. So it is more like a down stretch preparation, right? So we inhale to press the carriage out into the calf. So arching the back, arching. Inhale. This is inhale, please. And then exhale to round your back from tailbone to head, rounding. So focus a little bit also on your breath. Inhale to press out. Arching and opening your hips and squeezing your glutes, and then exhaling, using your abdominals to round your back. And I feel he needs a little friend, and one little spring more will be helpful for him. So we breathe in and we press out and extending especially the upper back muscles, and then we press in now to close the carriage, you round your back. We go for 2 more, inhaling and articulating, opening, good. And then exhaling, rounding your back to close the carriage. One more time. Good. Keep the connection here on the glutes, on the abs, open up the front of the hips and exhale, rounding from tailbone to head. Great. I would like you to place now one foot on the left side of the reformer and your right foot will be against the shoulder blade. Let's stretch now the hip joint. So you inhale to prepare, and I want your shoulders and your hips to be very squared. And as you exhale, you're going to press the carriage out, please. Press out. And then come back. I will give you an anti-slippery pad below your foot. I think you need that if you don't have yoga socks. Good. Can you bring this hand closer here, please, inside? I want your shoulders to be very square. So if you place your hands too much to the outside, you will feel not aligned, right? So I want you to press the carriage out with your glute, with this muscle, right? So you inhale, exhale, press out now, and look in front of you. So I want to see a little extension here on the upper back. Now as you close the carriage, don't move your leg. Don't move your leg. I want the pelvis to come close to the foot bar. You feel that? And exhale, press out again, using this glute. Opening the collarbone here. And then exhale, close the carriage, and really keep the pelvis at the same level, okay? And again, pressing out, using your glute. And inhaling to come back. So in this exercise, we don't want to see the knee moving. We don't want to see the hip moving also. We want to really see that it's very still on the bottom of the body. Actually, only the shoulder joint are moving here. Okay, one more time. Press out, exhale, and keep opening, keep shortening here, and then close the carriage. Opposite side, please. Thank you. Look in front of you and think about opening the collarbones. Think like somebody is lifting you up from here, okay? Inhale and exhale, press out. As far as you can go, squeezing here. Inhale, close the carriage. And then exhale, open. And 1. Squaring the hips, squaring the shoulders. Stay focused on your breath and on your alignment. Good. Keep the energy on the top of the head. And we go for 2 more. And then we close the carry edge. Good. So we step out.